Slow. Okay.
All right, we're gonna start. Okay, we can't cut that out, so we gotta get started. We gotta show that.
Welcome to the Matt and Cody show.
Emphasis on Cody.
Emphasis on the Matt.
The Matt and Cody show. Why do we say it like that?
It's you started doing that.
I started doing it because Gary V did it on a live or something, and I was like, that kind of.
Hey, Alyssa, how you doing?
Hi.
Has Cody ever mentioned Gary V to you?
Yes.
Yes. I've heard Gary V at least 3 times anytime me and Cody talk.
We have videos, so just so everybody can see. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. The biggest city that I've ever been to is Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm from a small town attached to a small town in Metro Atlanta out in the boonies. And my favorite football team is the New York Jets
because of Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V said it should be. They suck, but
yeah. I mean, they're a little bit
that's
better
my
than
team
the Falcons, though.
For life. That's my boys.
I've been a Falcons fan because I like the Falcons.
I've never actually been to New York.
I haven't either.
Watched a game be played.
You like football?
No.
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 I feel like I'm about to learn so much about Alyssa because I don't know if we've ever.
Well, nobody's gonna learn anything about me because nobody has
Yeah, nobody knows who Alyssa is.
Yeah.
Let me introduce our guest on the Matt and Cody show for
our
today.
first video show.
Our first video guest. This is going on YouTube. We're gonna look at this in 10 years and we're gonna say, "Man, we suck. That was terrible. That was the worst."
Why did I have dye in my freaking hair?
Same.
So, introducing our guest today is me. I'm introducing our guest today. Crap, I screwed that up. Our guest today is my friend, Alyssa. My friend, my business partner / employee / sister-in-law, has helped me build my business over the past year or so, and also an ex-Target employee. So we're gonna get all the tea and all the what's the word I'm looking for?
The inside
the
information.
Secret stuff that Target doesn't want to tell you.
Secret.
So I want to talk about Q4. I want to talk about Q4,
bro.
Yes.
Okay.
What
about
Q4? Go ahead. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
What? So how'd your year end?
Year ended well. We hit our audacious goal. So we set like a goal and we hit that way too soon, and we had like a big scary goal and we hit it. So I know you guys.
Are you not gonna tell the number?
I mean, if you want me to. So we hit $500,000. So we hit 500,000 for the year. So funny story. So it was like February. We did 108,000 last year. And I told my wife in February, I said, it would be really cool if we doubled that. And then I said, or if we even hit 250,000. And then she started laughing. And then I started laughing because it was funny. Like, that's going from 108,000 to, that big of a jump. You know. We got payability, and that was a big thing that that helped us. But yeah, we hit 500, which was nice. This was your first year as a 6-figure seller, right?
Yeah, it was our first year, actually a full year. Last year we didn't do anything with Amazon, so our goal this year was to hit 100K, and we end up with 200K. So
it was a good year.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'll say this. So a lot of what we sold in Q4, like we try to be at 30 to 40% profit. A lot of what we sold was more like 15. So I didn't make as much money as I would like to. Like, my goal next year is I want to make more money on the sales that I do. Like, I want to have a better margin. So I didn't lose any money on anything in December. Like everything was great that we did, but I want to have better margins. Like the high velocity stuff was great, and we were doing it. And that was amazing. But I want to have Like I want to have better margins, like the 30-40%, or like the books, like they're amazing. But
so what was your role in the 500K year?
Oh God.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah.
You wasn't ready.
She did a bunch of stuff. Like she did like just like all kind of just random, and I never really maybe explained what everything was or like why we were doing it.
The way you explained it to me is she lists stuff on eBay and packages up stuff.
Yeah, I'm more hands-on. Like,
So
Putting-
Cody just
if you
buy the
get a
stuff.
package, my hands has been on it.
That's true. Yeah. Should I look at this? Is our first video. Should
You're
I
supposed to
look
look
at
at
the camera?
each other.
Or should
It don't matter.
You're
People,
supposed
it's
to look
just
at
for
each
the
other.
people to see us.
are they documenting us?
What
or
does
are
Cody
they
look like?
It's
Oh,
supposed to be
that
like a
frame kinda looks like
conversation,
I'm
not like,
doing ninja
"Hi
stuff?
everyone." This is more like a YouTube video,
Yeah,
like but this is more like a.
Documentary.
It's like a conversation.
I never want to say the word podcast again.
You just said it.
I don't-
Mhm.
We're not a podcast.
What are we? What are we?
We are a show. We're the Matt and Cody show. Like I want to bring I want to do like crazy stuff. Like I don't know. I don't even know. What do
The
you think? Should we be
possibilities
a
are
podcast?
endless.
Yeah, like we can do anything. Like
Don't limit yourself
I
to
want
one.
to explore
box.
small business, and I want to meet cool people who are doing cool things. Like having Eric on was so crazy, and like I've made personally, I've made money since then from like that relationship has been really good for me from the things I've learned. Like I want to do that in like every arena, like with the
Oh, yeah.
insurance agency or with whatever. Like if we start a courier business or start something like
What? She's posing.
I'm trying to like look okay.
I can't even look at the video.
Yeah, I
'cause
feel
You
weird
didn't
looking at
tell
it.
me that we
It's
were videoing. Is the thing, so I'm not ready.
Alyssa is the most eligible bachelorette. So to all the guys out there, I told her that we had
Not
people
guys, men.
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 We're looking for men. I told her that we had people that that followed us that were millionaires. So so if you want her number, just send me
Shoot
a
your shot.
DM and I will send you that
For a price.
It's a dating show.
for a price. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, back to Q4.
Back to
Mhm.
Q4.
Yeah, okay, back to Q4.
We have stuff we want to talk about. I promise.
So what enticed you to be with Cody? Like, did you? Was it your idea to work with him?
No.
Oh, he just grabbed
Okay.
you. Come
Yeah.
here.
So no, I was.
I remember the moment. I'm curious if you.
Oh my god! So now I'm really put on the spot because now I gotta remember the moment. Well, like I was working at Target, and I was miserable, and Cody had asked me a few times just in passing to be like business partners with him. But then I didn't really like understand like what that meant and like if you were serious. But then there was a point where I was just so unhappy working like a regular, it's not even a regular job. It's like just, well, I guess it's a regular job. No offense to anybody who works at Target.
We all hate Target. All of us.
No
Like,
offense if you work at Target and
I
if
don't
that
hate
is how
Target.
you feed yourself. But I was very unhappy there. And finally I was just like, you know what? You got to take a chance.
That's
If
awesome.
you, but if, because I had to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned out really good.
So you quit your full-time job to technically resell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I,
At
she-
22 years old.
Yeah. She had been complaining about like, and like she had a good like I would see her like working at Target. Like I mean, obviously my sister-in-law, like we're close. There was a day where I was carrying packages out, and she was like, "Oh, I'll help," and she was like carrying down the stairs, and I said, "Why don't you come work for me full time? Like just quit your job and come." And that it was like a couple days later. That's when we actually started
Yeah.
getting the ball rolling.
So how about money? Are you making what you made when you was working at Target? You making a little bit less, a little bit more? What's the?
This is the thing. So with a regular job, you know exactly what you're going to make according to your schedule. With this, if you want to make money, you have to put in the work. And it's kind of on you because you don't have regular business hours. So you have the opportunity to make more or less. It just depends on
The work you put in.
the work you put in.
Yeah, I like constantly. I'm trying to get a feel for like if she's like super happy doing this or doing that,
Mhm.
and I kind of like cornered her, and I was just like, "What do you like? What do you know? Or do you just want to like? Do you want to not do this and go back to Target or do like we hadn't really talked about it?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "No, God, that would be so terrible." Like she has like the freedom and like kind of and
Yeah.
at some point if she wanted to scale it up, at one point she was, creating new listings, and I have kind of a plug where I can get it just went.
It's fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. That might help me not have.
Yeah,
not
not
look. The screen just.
But he wanna
Everybody
see
listening.
myself.
So I have like a plug where I can get like almost an endless amount of like thrifted items and things for super cheap. At some point, if she wants to make just like $10,000 in a month or something crazy, she can just go and work 80, 90 hours a week, kind of what I do, and like she could scale it up as big as she wanted to. So, I think it's the big thing is like everybody just doesn't want to have the man, like they don't want to have like
Hate the man.
yeah, like
He's
that's
terrible.
me too. Honestly, my life would be so much simpler if I could just not have to. Not have to like make decisions and run a business and have all this stuff going around. Like if I could just go and like work and do a job and and then clock out and come home, but I can't do that. Like I'm incapable of like having somebody tell me no, you have to wear a tie, or you have to whenever you submit this form you have to blah blah blah. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
It's terrible. It's
yeah.
terrible. It's the same thing every single day. Like
Yeah, that too.
you go in, like when I worked at Target, I would go in, I would do the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
I would audit first thing, then I would go and get the stuff off the truck, take it. I would break down hundreds of boxes, get the items, take it out, put it on the floor. That would take most of your shift while you are dealing with customers that you work on this side of the store, but they want something on this side of the store. And they don't understand what our A37 means. So you have to either explain very well, or you have to actually physically take this old person across the store and find their item for them. All day, every single day. And it gets old. So, but some people thrive in that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. But you're not building anything for yourself. Like
Right.
you're building Target World. Like that's what bothers me is like you taking them to 837 to blah 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 blah. Like if you were doing it for Alyssa World, like if you were doing it for like if you understood that every piece of that was like building your thing, like
Yeah.
it changed for me. It changes like because like just now I got a message on from on Amazon of somebody that I sold something to, and they have some stupid question or whatever, and it's like that's gonna suck. Opening every time I have to open those messages, it sucks. And it's like, yeah, you've got some of that on Mercari or on
but it's
Poshmark.
not that bad.
But that's Cody World, and like so I feel I'm like okay, it sucks, but it doesn't suck as much because I'm building kind of my things.
Right. And if you put in the extra effort, you're building up your world. But like at a place like Target or Walmart or anything, I'm just using retail as an example. Even if you go above and beyond, you are only helping the people who own it or the large corporation. They're not going to treat you any different, pay you more, sometimes not even give you more hours according to like how well you do.
Right.
Yeah,
so
and like office politics stuff. Like you got to put up with like, is Mary happy with me because I looked at her wrong, in the break room or something like that? Kind of. I'm very bad at that.
Yeah, there's lots of drama.
Yeah.
In workplaces.
That's what kind of led me. So last week was my last day at my full-time job, which is a corporate job too. So it was a salary.
I was just thinking to myself,
oh my God.
We got to talk about this.
Yeah,
like
we have to. 'Cause
you're the authority on this right now.
You're right. So last week, it was 2 days before Christmas. Christmas Eve, my last day working of a corporate job that I begged for like 2 years. Worked my way up. I've been with the company for 8 years. But like the start of this year, my goal was to quit. I was like, there's got to be a way, but the velocity wasn't there. I didn't have enough. I wasn't making enough money doing Amazon. But 2020 blew that shit out the water. Then my plan was to quit in September. Then we had some shit happen at work, people leaving. So I had to do a 3-person job by myself for 2 months straight. And that shit fucking broke me. Yep. I didn't get no pay raise. I didn't get no type of help or nothing. Like, I'm just doing this all for the same pay that 3 people would have got.
Yeah, I would call Matt in the middle of the day, and like we're talking about something with the Bolo Group or with, something for Amazon or whatever, and somebody come in and like be like cussing him out or like have some sort of like
Yeah, like the people like so it's not only
It's like,
dealing
Cody, I
with
gotta let you
office
go.
stuff. I have to do the schedule for 500 employees in the plant.
Yep.
So anytime there was an issue or somebody's day got swapped, they would come down there and fuss at me. So I had to deal with all that. And then I got Cody sending me bolos the whole day. I'm getting stressed out because I can't go get it.
Yep.
So
And you were making great money too.
yeah,
Like,
I was still doing great working full time. I'll do it, mainly on the weekends or when I got off. But Cody, lit a fire up under me. He's doing 500K when I could be doing 500K. So that's when he kind of led me to that position. But what you said, like, it don't make any sense. I'm helping them out. I'm not helping myself out. I'm just dragging myself ragged, getting myself a headache every day.
Yeah.
For the record, I don't think everybody should quit their job. Like there was a day where I was driving and I was on a long drive and I started to think to myself, like, oh crap, Matt's, because like you told, I was one of the first people that you told, hey, I'm about to cut this, And I was like, you're gonna quit your that sounds crazy. I started thinking to myself like, oh God, like this could go bad, like, and so I sent Matt this long message. It was like a long text message, and it was just like everything that I think,
bro, you can fail, bro.
Yeah,
like
I basically prefaced it with like, this is all the stuff that I think I might lose sleep over at some point. Before you quit your job, please read this, and it was basically saying the stuff like, like when you're running your own business or like you go full time, things can go really, really well, but they could also go south.
Really, really bad.
There's a lot of risk, So I think in a year you'll be so happy that you did it, but I think it's gonna be harder than you.
Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be a struggle. I know sales are down anyway because it's after Q4, so I'm not getting the sales like I was used to when I was, working. But I know it's gonna come, so I'm just buying up all the clearance right now.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week.
Oh yeah.
So actually, right before this podcast, so Alyssa was scanning books. We're in our warehouse. Alyssa was scanning books from our last Gaylord set that came through.
Gaylord.
Yeah.
That's a weird fucking name. What is that? Who would they call a box? Is it just a box of books called a Gaylord or just a
box of watermelons?
Yeah,
it's called a Gaylord
box. It's called a Gaylord.
Why?
Somebody else was saying this to me. Raul Mondragon. My friend, I told him.
Drop his
IG. What's his IG?
He is at 5 Raul.
Whole government name.
Yeah. Raul Robledo Mondragon. Anyways, one of my best friends, I was talking to him, and I was sitting inside of a Gaylord, and he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm sitting inside of a Gaylord. And he like immaturely laughed for like 7 minutes and just like kept saying it over and over and over again. And yeah,
that is the weirdest fucking. Who would look at a box? You know what? That look like a Gaylord.
Right.
What?
I don't know why it is called that. If somebody says, "What is that?" I say, "It's a watermelon box," and they say, "Oh, okay."
It probably has
immature like you guys.
Virgins somewhere.
You're right.
We should.
Where does it originate from,
Jamie,
though?
we need a Jamie. Alyssa, will you be our Jamie? Will you be?
I don't know what that means.
On
Joe Rogan.
On
podcast.
Joe Rogan, like if there's something like that, they say.
Just look it up.
It's like
H3 podcast. Their person is called AB.
Please tell me everything.
So you want to be AB?
Yeah, AB. Well, AB does the research, and then they have somebody who does sound. His name is Zach, and then they have people who do.
Like
is Zach cute or is Zach like?
No,
No,
he's
your
cool.
whole
They're all
yeah,
cool,
you
but
no, something just happened. There was some chemistry there.
Shall we shout
Zach, if you're listening,
Zach.
no, he has.
We're
a
gonna
girlfriend
tag
now.
you.
Oh,
That doesn't matter. Is he married?
No.
He ain't ready to commit then.
Hadn't found the right
Oh
one.
my God, are we gonna have a relationship podcast? No. Oh, I mean show.
Oh,
Don't
trigger.
say podcast. Podcast. Okay, I'm gonna look
Panic.
up Gaylord.
Panic button.
And then we're gonna talk.
Okay, while you looking up Gaylord, Alyssa, what was you talking about?
I don't know what's gonna pop up.
You was talking about.
Oh, I was talking about the H3 podcast. Oh yeah, Jamie. Yeah, I'll be Jamie.
You'll be Jamie. Okay.
I'll be Jamie and all the other people. I just have to learn it.
Okay.
I just have to watch some YouTube videos.
Great.
Do you want me to talk about YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us everything that you love.
So,
Alyssa will sit there. So like, Alyssa and I are a lot of like, we both sleep late and we both stay up. So like, my best work hours is from like 11 p.m. to like 3 a.m. I get so much freaking crap because I have 5 kids, so they all go to bed. And when those kids go away, and then my wife goes to sleep, I can just like do crap, and nobody's like talking to me or wanting this or that. Alyssa, so she sits up like all night. Like, how many hours a day are you watching podcasts or YouTube or something like that? Like a lot,
majority.
right?
Like even in the car, I listen to podcasts.
I came in here the other day and she like had like a murder cast on about somebody like being killed and raped and God
Trigger
knows what
warning.
else. Yeah. Anyways, tell us everything. Like, why do you love YouTube so much? Like, what?
Okay.
Why are you not watching TV?
Because
or
I have the.
Netflix?
Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay. So, TV is cool and all, but I don't know. I just don't get submersed into TV shows like I do with like actual people, like actors and actresses. I can tell that it's fake, and it just bothers me. I like real life stuff, but I don't like reality television because reality television is fake.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That makes sense.
and also, I am like the type of person that has to have like auditory stimulation all the time, or else I like feel anxious. And music is nice and everything, but most of the time I just like to listen to people talk.
Mm.
So podcasts are really good for that because it's people talking.
Yeah.
And so
It's content. Yeah.
yeah, and you can learn things. Some people are auditory learners. I love listening to people talk, but I also love just watching people do things. Like I love watching people eat. I love watching people
You like
sleep.
watching people eat?
Yes.
I cannot stand that.
I will, if I make a dinner, I will make my dinner. I will go in my room. I will look up. I will go to my subscriber, the people that I'm subscribed to, and find like a mukbang, which is like them eating.
What's it called?
A mukbang.
What?
A
Is this
mukbang.
real?
It's yes.
I was looking up Gaylord, but now I'm like into
mukbang?
that.
It's like a Japanese eating show. I think it translates to something like Japanese
It's
eating
on
show.
YouTube.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So all this time, whenever you're working, I thought you were listening to something like serious,
No, I do sometimes.
and you're like, or like something like education, and you're like
No,
watching
this is while
people
I eat.
Cheetos.
No, this is while I eat. So it's like I'm eating with them. That sounds so sad. It sounds so sad. But a lot of people do it. And these mukbangs have millions and millions of views.
They do.
Holy crap!
2.2 million, 9.4 million, 67. She's eating a freaking comb.
Yep.
Oh, that's weird.
Honeybee ASMR.
What part of the internet are we on?
I know, right?
On the mukbang.
That is
So,
freaking crazy.
You learn
But
something every day.
There's
Oh my
something for
God.
everybody. And okay, so Cody and Matt, they have just been putting their content out as a podcast. And so
Trigger.
I'm
We're not
sorry.
a podcast!
Okay, I'm so sorry. But I told them they need to upload it to YouTube because all my favorite podcasters, not saying this is, uploads the like footage of them filming to YouTube.
Yeah.
So
The distribution channel is YouTube, not Apple Music or Spotify.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
like Apple Podcast is cool, but like I want to see you. I don't know why I get so invested into these people, but people get invested into people.
Yeah.
And like
I
as
agree with
people
that.
are auditory learners, some people are visual learners.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not like you have to act out anything, but just seeing that you're a real person
Yeah.
that they can relate to. YouTubers are just so relatable because they're normal people.
Sure.
And so when you see them, you're like, I relate to this person.
Mhm.
I want to view their content because I relate to it.
Yeah. So the stuff that I've done on Instagram. So my story on Instagram is like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, however long ago it was. Gary V, which is I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I'm a big Gary V.
Never
fan.
heard of him.
Right.
He said put out content, and he said put it out way more than you think you have to. Like just put it. I legit between the groups that I run and the public page, I put out like 40, 50 pieces of content every single day. Like it's constantly going out. At some point in this podcast, I'll probably pull up my phone like this and put out content, and it's been like the secret sauce of my career so far. Like I would not be near as successful if I hadn't have started. Because what happens is you put the content out, and then you start to network with these people, and you start to like get to know them, and then they know you. Like today, someone DM'd me. I put out a piece of content on the Matt and Cody show page, just where I was filming Nathan and Asher, my sons, opening. They saved up their money and they bought a Pokemon set, and they were opening them, and they found one card, and so I took a picture, after the live and shared it out. And he said, "I'm gonna send you and the kids something special." He's like a big Pokemon guy, and he saw it, and so now we're friends. And he's sending something to my kids. I don't think it's weird, but maybe it's weird.
No, that would have never happened if you weren't putting yourself out there.
Exactly. I'm connecting with people. So, I mean, YouTube has always scared me because it seems like I need to have all my crap together. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, you don't. The best people on YouTube have none of their crap together.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yes. Like, people who have their crap together aren't on YouTube because they're busy doing other things.
Sure.
But they're doing it wrong because, well, I guess it depends. But especially in your realm, content would help you so much. So I feel like having an audience would be beneficial in your realm. But, like, YouTube isn't like a picture perfect-esque. That's what TV's for. That's why I don't watch TV. It's too perfect. I want like the raw footage. So you literally, people say like with content is like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But I feel like with you putting out quantity would, because I mean like quality is just too high production. Some people like the low quality real things.
On a spiritual level.
Yeah.
Like, that's like one of my core values is what you're saying. I love, like, if you're listening to this podcast or, oh God in heaven. Trigger! If you're listening to the show, the Matt and Cody show, if you listen, you need to rewind and listen to the words that just came out of her mouth because you're 22? 23. She is. I'm talking like we're so much older. Yeah.
I'm actually Gen Z.
Yeah, check that out. So
I know. I swear, I'm on the cusp.
People
I was born in 1997. 1997 to now is Gen Z.
So you're the future. So you're giving us insight.
Yeah.
She's the eldest of the future. She's the.
Yeah, I'm like millennial Gen Z.
I don't think people want production anymore. People want, like what you're saying,
yes.
the raw content.
Relatable.
So one of my favorite shows, like a show that I've gotten attached to, is the Duggars. Isn't there a name to the show?
Meet the Duggars?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
She's
I'm
my
lost.
sister-in-law.
I don't know what that is.
No, it's called 21 and Counting or 19 and Counting. Yeah, that's the name. It's a big Christian family. They have a bunch of kids. She said that because she has 5 nieces and nephews now that all call her Nancy, and that can be. But seeing their story, like them putting out like what they're doing and like what's like that was more interesting to me. Like right along what you're saying, like that was more interesting to me than if somebody like prepared this big thing with an elaborate plot twist and a blah blah blah. Like I totally agree.
It's overdone, like scripted, everything. It's played out.
And by the way, I can help a lot of people. Like I was thinking about this the other day, and it's gonna sound self-involved, but there's so many people that are like they're living in a way where somebody else is telling them what to do over like $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna sound self-involved, but I can help anybody make $2,000 a month. And at 2,000, like you can fire your boss. Like I think like firing somebody's boss, like what you just did. Like obviously there's some other stuff going on because you've been growing the business and you've got like incredible mindset already. But like the average person, if you told them like, hey, you don't gotta put up their crap, like just walk in. Did I send you the coffee shop thing? I meant. It's a scene. It's a YouTube. You've probably seen it. It's a YouTube video where it's like the guy hires a quartet to come in, and he's like, I quit. It's, I didn't sing it well, but yeah, like you can legitimately fire your boss and or make enough money to where you don't have to like live week to week. Like so many people are in trouble financially. Like I can really help people with my like I can really help somebody go from $0 to $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
No question. Like right now, I could say 2 sentences and help you do. Like if you just do what I told you to, and then I guarantee I could take somebody from that to $5,000 a month. Like if they'll just do the work and invest the money and not spend it on stupid crap. And like so for me, like putting out content, it's almost like a mission. Like it's almost like I feel connected to like as a purpose. Like so.
Yeah, so like the way your IG is set up, your camera's in your face when you're at the store getting the shit and putting it in, checking it out and all that. So like you said, you're relatable. Like I can do that too. I can go in
anybody
and buy some
could
shit
freaking do.
that.
Like what we're doing, anybody could freaking do.
Yeah.
Like anybody. Like Alyssa, I'd like over the next year or when you're ready to branch out, like you've seen me do it. Like I think it'd be a really cool story. You came work for me full time, replaced your income, you're doing that, and then you started to build. Like I'll tell you everything I'm buying. Like we're close, we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you exactly what to buy. I'll tell you how to get ungated and all the major categories.
Yeah.
By the way, you're sitting next to the ungate king now.
Woo, I'm a freaking beast.
He heard who was it that told you to focus in on LinkedIn? Who was that guy?
I don't know, some
LinkedIn's
Gary
really
V
good.
guy.
Oh, it was Gary V.
Yeah, somebody named Gary.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, Gary V did the overrated,
name?
underrated.
His name Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk. What is he? Irish? He's Irish.
He is
Scandinavian.
Is Ukraine or something?
I don't know. He's something overseas.
He's from starts with a B. I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. But yeah, he did an overrated, underrated thing. He said LinkedIn was underrated. So what I did, I went on LinkedIn and I started searching toy companies, and then I found a toy distributor, and then I reached out to them, and then they sent me a personal contact for their sales team. I talked to them, and then I got approved for their wholesale account. And
which, by the way, I'm not. I don't have that.
He does not. So I just went through and seen all the toys they had. I bought them, sent the invoice to Amazon, automatically ungated.
Yeah.
And what is
This
it?
thing-
My Little Pony, Beyblade, what is it? Funko
Barbie,
Pop,
Lego,
yeah,
yeah.
all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the beast.
How many of these did you say you bought? You sold them already, right? So you can.
Oh yeah, I'm sold all them.
So this brand, they released whatever. He should have bought 1,000.
Because I was scared, bro.
I
was like,
this scared too.
It was my first wholesale purchase, so I bought this studio creator kit.
Mm-hmm.
It was $20 because I bought it, cheaper. So I bought 12 just to see, what happened. So I got it. I listened on Amazon. Every one of them sold for $50. Yeah, for $50 in less than 12 hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and now they're sold.
That's
out.
the opportunity, though. You find something that you can, there's a place in the market for you, and then like if you had bought 1,000 of those, imagine you're selling 30 a day. So like,
yeah,
boom, boom. Getting the that's the business. But anyways, I don't think everybody should fire their boss. I don't think I think that.
No, some people need that structure.
Yeah.
When you're working for yourself,
some people are happy doing their job like they
no structure.
Yeah.
Like I could sleep till 12 o'clock every day. Ain't nobody. I'm not gonna get a point. I'm not.
Nobody
gonna call.
cares. Yeah.
Don't nobody give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But except me, I'm gonna wake up and be like, damn.
Right.
I ain't gonna make
but then
no
if you don't
today.
stay up till 3 a.m. that night,
yeah,
then
you gotta make it up.
All the crap that you gotta get done doesn't get done.
Some people need that structure to make money.
Yeah. So okay, so on this portion of the show, I want to hear secrets about Target. Tell me everything.
Secrets.
So you worked at Target, you were in beauty, and then you did like other stuff. Like you've told me bits and pieces like about the security people and about the different thing in the markdowns. Like what I do. I go into Target and I try to take everything out of there that I can resell for a profit.
Right.
Target. The reason we say we don't like Target is because they're typically like cracking down. Like they put out a thing this year where they're like, no no resellers or some stupid crap. It's like, bro, what do you freaking care what I'm gonna do with your stuff?
They don't understand. I bet resellers are their top marketers. Like there'd be no way they're selling out all
I've
that
spent
stuff.
like $50,000 at Target this year.
Just at Target.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't know. So tell me, what do you know that we need to know?
I think I don't really understand their issue with resellers. I think it's more of like an image thing on
Sure.
Target because when they put something out that's popping
Mm-hmm.
and somebody comes in and buys all of it, they just set up that display. They have people that's coming in, all these kids that's about to come in wanting this toy,
Yeah.
and they're about to run there, and whenever it's empty, they're going to be like, why is it not here? And they don't want
Buy
to
it
be
on
like,
Amazon.
that dude over there just bought every single one.
So let me tell you a story. So I went to some Walmarts this weekend. I was looking for this one toy. It was marked deep on clearance. It was on an end cap. It was like 20 of them. They were just sitting on there. So I got my buggy. I put all of them in the buggy. So I went down the aisle looking for more stuff. And then I seen a Walmart employee come at the end of the aisle. She was like, "What happened to all these toys? They were just right here. Where'd they go?" Hey, and they start calling on the radio. "Hey, what happened to this toy?" And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Start
So I
sprinting
went
to check it
I
out.
went
You
all the
confused
way
them.
to the other side of the building to check out to avoid.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I've been there and I've done
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Because them people that set up that display and made it look so cute, that's their whole job for that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if their boss didn't come by and look at it, then it's gonna cause this whole ruckus. Like,
Yeah.
I set up this whole display and now it's all gone.
no, yeah.
So you ain't gonna check it off
mean
that
you
I
did
did
a
it
good
good.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
You
don't view it
displayed
like that.
so well
They
that
do
one
not
guy
view it
bought
like
them all.
that. I don't know. When I worked at other retail places, like sales were very important. Like,
Right.
but I worked at smaller scale retail establishments. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if we didn't make our sales, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
When I worked at Target, not a single day did they mention the sales for the day because it's Target. You know they make a lot of money. Well, okay, so they kind of did. Some of the team leads, oh my god, I cannot wait to get in to like a conspiracy about Target and what you have to say, what you have to call people and what you can't call people, and you will get in serious trouble if you do not call the person by their right title.
Really.
Yes, it's serious. But real quick, let me go back just a little bit.
Spill it. I want to hear it all.
So, what was I saying? What was I even saying?
Talking about the displays, sales displays.
Oh yeah, well,
That was their whole job for the day.
yeah. Like, I don't know. They don't care about sales. They care about looking good. Target
Sure.
is a company that wants to look good
I could totally
for
see that.
some reason.
Yeah.
People will come in every single day from high up to look at your store. And there was countless days where I would come into work and they'd be like, "Forget the truck in the back that needs to get on the floor, which is product for the guest.
Mm-hmm.
Forget that. Go get a duster and dust every single thing in your area." And I'd be like, "Why?" They'd be like, "Know your sales goal, know 10 things on the ad, know all this stuff." And I'm like, "Why?" I knew why, because somebody was coming in and they
Sure.
wanted to look good.
Yeah.
That's all they care about is looking good. So they want their displays full because high up at Target, if somebody high up comes in and there's a hole, they call it a hole.
Sure.
If there's an area that does not have product and the labels are still out, you will get counted off for that. So if something is completely gone, you have to fill that hole. So you have to go in the back, find something that you have enough of it to fill that hole, print off all new labels, and put those labels back up there. So
Mm.
if you have a hole in your store, you will get counted off. That's why they don't want y'all going in and buying up everything, because then they have to do more work
Sure.
and fill that hole.
That sounds like a big just cluster of.
They don't care for this past week because they ain't got nothing.
Yeah, you
Not
go,
Right.
go to the Lego aisle at
Yeah,
Target and it's
nothing.
bare.
Yeah.
So,
If you call your manager a manager, you will get in trouble. You have to call them your team lead. If you, God forbid, God forbid, you call a customer a customer. Oh my gosh.
What do you call a customer?
A guest. They are a guest in your
it's
store.
brainwashing.
They are a guest. If you call them a customer, you will literally have a talk with your team lead.
What?
Your manager.
So like you can't. So in what terms would you
You
say
can't be
customer?
like, on the radio, you can't be like, "Hey, a customer needs help on aisle 10." They'll be like, "We don't have customers here."
Let me just.
It's a conspiracy.
let me insert here.
Is Target a cult?
Yes, it's very culty. It is.
Every time they've ever said something to me about having 37 Starbucks whatever in my buggy and telling me that there's a limit too, they did not treat me like a guest. They treated me like a customer.
Like a
So,
criminal.
If so, yeah, no, I legitimately like have like anxiety when I go into Target.
Me too.
Because I feel like if I put more than 2 of anything in my buggy, that I'm gonna get stopped and they're gonna say something like they're gonna, like what are you doing with that stuff? Like I've had them ask me, what are you doing with this? And like I don't answer. I just don't give them like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say like, yeah, we're getting a bunch, or we'll definitely
kind
use
of
them.
avoid the question.
Most of the time they won't ask a second time, but I've had them like straight up. Like one time I went and the lady was so rude. She turned to her team lead, I guess, or whatever, and said, "Is there any way that I can limit him on purchasing these?" Like she tried to limit me, and I think to be fair, like I had a bunch of like it was probably a dozen. Like it wasn't like some crazy amount of stuff. Like I could have justified and said, I have a big family, or I have whatever. Like I could have lied. Like I typically like.
You have that freedom.
Yeah.
If there's not a sign up that says limit, then you
Yeah,
can have,
but they
have
are
whatever
making you uncomfortable as a guest, and that is messed
so
up.
uncomfortable.
I've worked in retail for so long, you never make the guest feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, the customer is always right in my eyes. So whenever people go above and beyond to try and
super customer.
well, yeah, and it's because they're doing like some people when they have these jobs where they're only making a set amount of money and they're there every single day, and places like Target give you a false promise of moving up in the company and like that you can live your whole life working for them and be happy and be set. So these people want to go above and beyond without getting paid more,
Trying to climb the ladder.
Yeah. And like in my experience, all these people are very childish, and so they will be rude to a guest to try and gain up in this company that gives these promises to move you up if you do that.
That makes sense. Yeah, I could totally.
Yeah,
see that.
that's why the security does the same thing.
I feel like Target is bougie. I guess because of that reason, they all feel like they have a chance to move up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're trying to power trip.
Everybody
Walmart,
thinks that.
At Walmart, I guess they don't tell their employees that.
Right.
Their employees do not give a fuck.
Yeah,
about
no.
nothing. Except, there'll be one or two, like the lady that was freaking out because I took all them little toys. Or like one time a lady blocked me from buying I can't even say it. I can say it now, like some printers. She blocked me. There was a whole aisle full. I was trying to buy all 15 of them, but she wouldn't let me. She was like, no, there's a limit on electronics. I was like, since when? And then I was like, there ain't no sign up. Like, I'm sorry, I can't let you have those. So I took one, I checked it out, and then I came back and there was somebody else there, and I got all of them and walked out.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, she was just being a bitch.
There's not a limit. Like,
there's not.
Shut up, Karen. Like, there's
You know what I
want to
do?
Limit.
You know what I want to do? It can be a different day. I want to give y'all and like all your followers the inside on how much freedom guests really have in stores, because y'all don't understand. Like, if somebody comes at you and says something, like making returns. People get so weird about making returns and like don't ask questions when they're like, no. And you have so many things you can say to challenge that. You can always challenge people.
No, I want to hear it all right now. Tell them. Tell us.
Like that situation when a woman blocked you from purchasing something and was like, there's a limit. That's whenever you say, I would like to see where in writing it says there is a limit. Because they don't have that. And if they do, then fine. Yeah. But like, if there's not, then you have the freedom to buy that. Or say, you know what? I would like to speak to a manager, please. Because managers are more likely to be understanding as opposed to somebody who it's not their job to be understanding.
Sure.
It's their job to put out those printers and to make the shelf look pretty. So you can always challenge these people who want to boss up on you and act like it's their stuff.
Yeah.
Like anytime. If you don't see something, you can always ask them. And if they don't want to act like they want to find it, say, "Can I speak to a manager?" Always ask to speak to a manager.
Be a Karen.
Because these managers aren't these high up scary people. They are people who actually have to worry about sales and making their goals. So they're going to try and make these goals and sales. Yeah. And you don't have to answer. When people ask you, like, what is this for? You don't have to answer. Mind your business.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like you want to answer, and if you want to just be like, make up something, because chances are they have had a long day, and honestly, anything that can like make their job not so monotonous, a funny story will make their day better, and then they
Sure.
might even laugh.
Yeah.
So make up a funny story, like if you're feeling it, or just say mind your business, because you do not owe them anything. They work at Target. You do not owe them anything.
Yeah.
You have the money. You are a
Preach.
customer.
Preach.
Customer
Yeah.
is like, or guest,
Yeah.
like
Call me a
lights
customer, that's what I'm
flashing.
saying.
In
Call me a customer.
retail, when you work in retail, the customer is everything.
Yeah.
I was taught that you are supposed to go above and beyond
Yeah.
to make sure your customer is always happy. So if somebody doesn't want to do that, let me speak to your manager. And you, as soon as they get, this person is not helping me. You have to, because that was me when I worked at another retail person. I was the person that, if they wanted to speak to a manager, I was the person that had to speak to them before you
Come
could
and
talk
fix.
to the high up person.
Yeah.
I was
You're the fixer.
I was the buffer.
Yeah.
So I was the fixer. I would do anything. My job was literally to make that customer happy.
Yeah.
So when people don't do that, it makes me so upset.
Sure.
It's not hard.
Is it true that they're trained that if someone comes through and the item is less than $20 and you say, well, it said it was $8.99 but it's ringing up at $10.99 or whatever, is it true that they're trained to just like try to get you through as fast as possible?
Yes. It is true. It is very true.
What is that? What is it called? Somebody was telling me about this. It's like guess up or something. You know, I don't remember.
So like they'll match the price. That what you're saying?
Are you talking about guess first?
Maybe guess first. Maybe that's what it was.
Guess
Yeah.
first is getting, it's at Target. It's called guess first. Oh my God, they have so many weird freaking cult terms. It is crazy. But guess first is if
never getting hired.
if there is 3 people in a line, then they call guess first. And if they see a worker not running up there, oh, you're in trouble.
Huh.
Like, so you have to be on the walkie, like,
feel good,
you have to be
at
on the walkie,
Walmart,
like, on my way up. If they do not hear, if a team lead doesn't hear somebody saying on my way up, they'll be like, guest first. Like,
Yeah.
where are you? So, yes, like, the job of everybody is to try and get the people out the building as fast as possible. No lines. Like, that's a big thing at Target. They don't want a line.
Sure.
I mean, they're doing a good job of that too.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
there's hardly any line.
But, yeah, always challenge the price if you think, or at Target, they price match.
Yeah. I've had success.
Challenge that.
One of my biggest plays this year was a price match
Because
Price
guess
match
what?
to though?
to other
To
stores.
any store, they have a device that has every store in it.
Like
and it will
Walmart.
show. Yes.
Walmart,
Walmart, Amazon.
Do you remember did
Best
you do any
Buy.
with the Lego?
I was gated.
Oh,
I
that's
just
right.
got ungated yesterday.
There was a Lego set that GameStop came into stock at. It was like $17 or something, and at Target it was $89.99.
No shit.
I promise it was the one from the text group. I forget. I think it was a Harry Potter one or something. But they let me price match it. They pulled it up and they're like, oh yeah, sure, and they price matched it and pushed it right through.
You have to, and if they say that they're not going to do it, be like, why?
Yeah, it's your
Right
You start a
here,
coalition
Yeah.
against Target.
like you can be like, y'all price match. I know for a fact. Okay, this is another word of advice. Act like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Act like you know what you're talking about. Be confident. Because if you act like, or like, you're like,
Could
I
you-
think,
yeah.
can you say, no, this is what it is here. This is what it is here. Your policy is to price match. So here it is. You can find that on your device.
Right.
Call it a device. Tell them to look on their device. They know what that means. And so.
I'm a guest. Don't you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Do I need
So
to
you
speak to
say
your team
guest
leader?
first. Yes. Call them out. Say, let me speak to your team leader.
About
They're gonna know
guest
what's
first
up.
policies. I'm
Yep,
a guest.
They're gonna know. They are gonna know. But challenge these people and act like, be confident.
There are holes
act
in
like
your
you know what
store.
you're talking about.
There's holes on your shelves.
I just created a hole on this aisle. I need you to go fill that. Yes. But seriously, like, it's not a big deal to act like you know what you're talking about, because you will get your way. You will.
So
Because
going to-
people who are confident, okay, so I would have to go up on guest first. I was not a cashier there. So my mindset was, let me get these people out of my line as
Yeah.
quick as possible so I can turn my light off. So if somebody was like, this says back there that it's $5.99, And if it rang up as like $8.99, you know what I'm about to do? Make it $5.99.
Sure.
Right then and there.
Yeah.
Right then and
And
there.
they can
No,
do that
no
too.
second question asked.
So
Right.
you don't need a manager
sorry.
to change the
No,
price.
no. Unless it's like a bunch of money, because sometimes you might need a manager. But challenge that. Well, a team lead, because they ain't even the manager of the store. They're like a buffer, like I was. They're there to fix the problem. Challenge them. If they say no, they might not know what you're talking about. Like, honestly, they don't know what you're talking about because they don't read the ad. Nobody reads the ads.
Sure. Yeah.
So tell them.
The customer really might know more
Tell
than the
them.
cashier, yeah.
Yes, because there's so many things that's on sale. There's so many places that are selling things for lower. So tell them, and like, just don't be afraid to challenge it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very big word of advice, because some people take no too easy. When there was times where I didn't know what I was talking about, and I would just be like, no.
Sure. Yeah, no, we don't do that. Price match?
Yeah.
Never heard of
And
it.
if they were like, whatever, then I'd be like, whatever, cool.
Sure.
But if they showed me, and if they like actually told me and explained it to me, I'd be like,
Make it
you
easier
know what
for-
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I trust you. Let me change this. Let me mark it
Yeah.
down $10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do
So,
you remember going in my big van? So Matt and I both have, his van is taller, but mine's cooler looking. Do you remember going and picking up like 80 printers?
in one day,
Yeah.
in Tennessee,
Yeah. So
in a monsoon.
I had her. Yeah. I had her go and by herself picking up Canon printers all the way up past Chattanooga, and she's like literally feeling like she came home and
I had
like,
80 printers.
she just looked like a surgeon that come out of like the surgery room. She's just like this.
Yeah. 80.
And like they were stacked to the very top, like my entire van, like front.
And
to
I was
back.
soaking wet.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. The car was so full of printers that the vents was blocked. So I had ran in the rain, and I was soaking wet, freezing. I was shaking like this the whole way home because warm air wouldn't come out the vents because the vents were blocked.
Oh my God.
These are the reseller
So
stories. You
I
need
came
to
back
get.
from Tennessee, freezing, soaking wet, but I had a van full of printers.
And you made some money.
Yeah, and I dared somebody to
Cash.
try and say something to me, like, why you got all them?
I'd kind of like to see what you do. Like, if that ever happens, will you turn your camera on? And
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I have to record this.
Gary G
Just-
said I have to document this.
Yeah. I'm a guest.
I'm a guest. That's awesome.
I have the money. You think I'm broke? Oh, and if they acting like you're stealing something, look at them like, you think I'm broke?
Yeah. I sincerely feel like you've told me before that they bring around like pictures and they're like security comes around and it's like blah blah blah. I've had Target security come and like stand at the end of the aisle that I was on
Yeah.
because I literally I'm standing there in a hoodie, in a Jets hoodie, and I'm picking items up and I'm scanning them and then setting them. Like I know that looks suspicious, and
Don't be suspicious.
yeah.
Don't be suspicious.
Have you re-downloaded TikTok?
No, I did not.
You
I
didn't?
can't.
Okay.
I can't. It
Okay.
takes up too much time.
I see you.
Yeah.
Oh, he was an addict.
Yeah, I was an addict. I couldn't.
I
Oh
also
my
am,
gosh.
but I'm curating content,
Yeah.
so I'm in deep denial
Okay.
that I'm enjoying it. I'm taking the content and I'm redistributing it
Okay.
to the world.
Anyways, it's because they're bored. The security people are bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work at Target security. Like, I mean, you know, they're bored.
I should look them right now and be like, I can teach you how to make $500.
You should, because trust me, they want a way out too.
Sure.
They
yeah.
do. So there are people who like actually steal from Target, and like whatever. But I mean, there's people who do some messed up stuff, like harass employees, stuff
Sure,
like that at
sure.
Target, and security
Someone
is
comes
needed.
in a blue shirt and you feel like, oh, they're like.
No, there's
de-escalates it.
People say some weird stuff to people anywhere. So having security there, especially at Target, a lot of young people work there. It's good to have security there. But these security people get bored, and then they just stare at the cameras all day.
Sure.
So they're like, "Oh my God, I'm a security guard, and I'm not an officer. I don't have anything. I want to look like really cool. I'm gonna go talk
Like
to
you're
this
picturing
guy.
somebody in your
I
head.
am. Oh my God, I am. I really am. Anyways, but so they just want something to do. This is their job, and like they want to look good at it, and
Sure.
so they want to catch as many bad guys as possible.
Yeah.
But
Like a complex.
like resellers are not an issue. It really isn't. There's
Agreed.
people
Say
that
it
go
again.
in
I
there.
don't think so.
Resellers are not an issue. There's people who go in there and who actually like destroy stuff, and then
Sure.
you would have to go and clean it up. That's an issue.
Yeah.
So if somebody's destroying something, security needs to go over there and be like, "Hey, you're destroying stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody has to clean that up."
Don't
But
pick
if
on the
some-
guy that's
yeah.
buying all your products. Like,
Yeah,
That's what,
literally.
like, I feel like Target should revere me
Yeah.
as a god.
They
Because
should.
I go in and then I tell all the other Bolo Group people, like, I put out an alert and I'm like, hey, this is $13 at Target. Every Target is fully stocked with 6+, and it's selling on Amazon for $49.99, and they're insta selling for me. I send that alert out to the Bolo Group, and
everybody's doing it.
immediately,
It's because you inconvenience them.
that's crazy. Like, I can't even get
You
my head around it.
inconvenience them.
I could monologue about how crazy Target's reseller policy. Like I could sit here and just be really upset and talk about it. But we should probably move on. We could just dog Target all
I
day.
know.
Well, whenever somebody has a full buggy, I'm going to be real quick about this. Some people are afraid that you're going to run out the door. And that happens.
Sure.
Like, people fill their thing full of all kinds of stuff and run out the door. And when they're out the door, you can't really do much.
Sure.
So, there you go. There was some
So
tips.
what do y'all do when people, if somebody has a huge buggy like Cody and doing
Some
self checkout?
Well, they'll just watch you on the camera.
I feel
Yeah.
watched.
Or
whenever I
they'll-
do
they
self-checkout.
will. They'll watch
I
you.
get there, I'm like paranoid.
I'm scanning each one.
I've even got to the point where like if there's a bunch of them, I'll like put them one by one in the bag, and then I'll go and like count them back on
Yeah,
the
that's
screen.
I do the same
Like,
thing just to
listen
make
here,
sure.
Eric.
Yeah, but do
I
that.
do the same
Honestly,
thing.
just do you. And, like, you might feel uncomfortable because they probably are watching you.
Sure.
But if you're
They
not
don't
doing
hide it.
anything wrong,
Yeah.
The cashier that's over self checkout, like I swear, she'll stand right there and just look at me like,
Yeah.
bro.
because if you are stealing, she will get in trouble. Be
Yeah,
like,
that
how
makes
did you
sense.
let this
What?
person go out the door with $500 of merchandise that they
Right.
didn't scan? And this 16-year-old girl is gonna be like, I don't know, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It depends on the
But,
person
like,
too. Some people, if I
Resellers aren't thieves.
Yeah, that's
so y'all
true.
shouldn't
Yeah,
feel
I'm a
weird.
purchaser.
yeah.
I'm a purchaser for
If
a
I'm
major
buying-
company, and
Yeah.
you need to shut up and let me buy your crap. Jeez.
If I'm buying
Yeah.
30 units of one thing and I go up there and try to individually scan it, I feel pressured if somebody's sitting there watching me. But
Totally.
another person will come up. She'll be like, I know an easier way. Let me come check you out.
Right.
And she'll just type in 30 and then scan that one.
Yep.
All right, you ready to go?
One thing you can do, just walk up there and be like, hi, can I get some assistance? I have 30 of the same exact item.
No,
I have 30 of the season's hottest toy, and
See,
I,
what-
And
that
if
don't,
they
that
say
don't work
something,
for men.
challenge them.
It doesn't work for men. It's different. My wife can do that, but men can't do that. You ever did that?
Yes, you can.
what? Ask
Like-
for them to.
Oh my God!
I'll do
Honestly,
that.
you have
For
more
real?
power because most of the time the cashier is gonna be a girl, and they're gonna be like, "Okay, yeah,
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
serious."
New Year's resolutions. What are your goals, Matt, in 2021?
All
You're
right,
full time. You're.
full time.
I know you're getting like. I haven't talked any crap to you about being a way better reseller, more
But you're
handsome,
Freaking not.
more efficient, and all those things because you had a job and whatnot. But
Okay.
now we're on a level playing field.
We
You have
are.
more cash than me probably going into 2021, and you have all the access to all the same information. And now you're ungated in Lego and Barbie and all these other toys.
So I have no excuses.
So how are you gonna beat me? What's
What you
your
mean?
goal?
So right, I have 5 distributors that you don't have.
That's true.
So I can just buy a board. So I want to focus more on wholesale, making a huge purchase at one time and then selling through and doing it all again. Like each month, I want to make a huge purchase from my distributors and then sell through that each month.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. Focus that on, and then my wife is trying to open up her store, her shoe store. So
Mhm.
we're gonna do that.
If you're in the Metro Atlanta area, that's in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah.
Right. Or it's in,
Yeah,
in
well, same thing.
Like
Rome,
Lindale,
Lindale,
Rome, yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. So yeah, I want to focus more on that. Oh yeah, we got you. Every
go in
side.
there and make content,
Oh yeah.
advertise for them.
Oh yeah. Then I want to grow this show.
Okay.
I want to grow the show with you. And what else we was trying to do? We
The
was
Bowler
trying to.
Group, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
The shit that
We're
been
having
doing.
to kick people. Like we're having to
Yeah.
say no. Like we have too much interest. Which maybe we should start a second Bowler Group. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
It's like
but
it exploded after Christmas. Like it's just like
don't know why that
everybody wants
happened.
to get in now. Like
I must have said something at some point that led people to like, oh, this guy's serious. Like, because I think up until this point, people have
they've been watching.
We've had ride or die people that have been there, and
I think
love
you posted
guys.
that 500K.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, maybe like, oh, this guy's serious. Like, oh crap, and he's sharing all his stuff. You know. Like,
then what's that? What was that message you got from one guy? He was like he couldn't sleep or some shit.
Oh
like that.
yeah. Somebody wanting to get in, and you know, like I do everything manually. I'm not trying to set this up where I can get as many people in as possible. Like I want to look at their profile. I want to say, are you somebody who's gonna leak our information, or somebody who's gonna? We're gonna have Alyssa in here, and every time we say something, she's just gonna sing in the background.
No, I'm gonna have a soundboard next time.
Hey.
So.
I love it.
Anyways,
he said, hey, you took like 3 days to get back to me. I'm so excited. Can I? Am I in? I couldn't sleep last night or something like that.
not making fun. We love that.
Yeah. No. Hey, I wish that there was a way that I could have like there's a big group, a prominent group that I'm not gonna mention, but they have like 1,000 members. They put something in there and the price tanks.
Dead.
Like it's such a good play. They don't share it because like they don't share the really, really good ones because they'll tank. Like everybody jump on it and run the price down. I'd like to have way, way, way less members than that. You know, like and at some point, you know, the people that are in the group now, like there's some people that have never contributed, never added any real value to the group. Like if it's a net situation where I'm not letting anybody in new until somebody leaves, and it's somebody that's a great contributor and you're not, you know, like I don't know, at some point that may, you know, like it may make more sense to try to work with the best people instead of, you know, like
that's true.
Like just being a service. Like if we could be like a close knit group, like and we are, but like if we could be better, I want to be better. So that was a long sentence.
Yeah. So about the resolutions, focus more on wholesale. Of course, continue doing RA. Open up the shoe store. I haven't really put in a number that I want to reach for next year. I kind of want to wait a few months to see what it's going. But of course, I want to, you know, at least meet you or beat you for next year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll probably. So I'm opening the insurance agency. That's a big undertaking. Like I've downplayed like how much time it's taken me to get to where I'm at now. But now I've actually got it up and running. Like now it's gonna be operating it every day. So like that's like it's gonna be a big time commitment. My goal is I want to do 360,000 in 2021 on Amazon. So I actually want to scale back a little bit, but I want to do it with higher margins, like better stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, on top of that, I want to have 150 families or businesses that are customers for the insurance agency. So I want to kind of grow both of those at the same time. So.
Oh, another resolution too is to become a Walmart seller.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. But yeah. So, Alyssa, what about you?
I have like lower goals, but
comparison is the root of all evil. Don't.
Cody still sucks even though he did 500K.
Right.
It's true.
True.
Alyssa knows that more than you do.
But I want to make more money this year, and
Okay.
I want to focus on like just putting in more work and being less of a procrastinator. That's a personal goal of mine. Well, a personal work goal of mine.
Sure. Just to
Because procrastination is actually the root of all evil.
No, it might be not. Procrastination could make you better, like, because you're waiting till the last minute, so you're finding a
Alyssa
better
has
way to
done that.
do it.
She is better.
You're
because
finding a
we
better way to do it. And
I mean, working
way,
smarter,
more
not
efficient.
harder,
Yeah.
is good. But like, I don't know. I feel like in this type of business, you have to like put in as much effort as
gotta
possible.
grind.
You have
Grinding
to
all
if you
my
want
life.
to if you want to make more. So I
Yeah.
want to make more. So I'm
I
gonna.
just want to get to that
I
next
feel like
level.
my personal issue is procrastination. So
Sure.
my personal goal, I'm gonna do less of that and work harder to make more money.
More money.
So, like, you just
And
mean,
to get a man. The
you're
most eligible bachelorette here.
So you're trying to help Cody scale up too? Are you eventually trying to start your own little store?
I think that in the future, perhaps, but I feel like I still have a lot to learn from Cody. But I feel like I'm not ready to branch off yet.
And Cody's
she
still
can-
learning.
Yeah.
So much. But and she she makes more as we sell more and do more. So
Yeah, of course.
like she could like
Your 360 she might push that to 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean we're growing Poshmark pretty seriously too. I mean I haven't even shared any of my numbers on any of that, but like if she put in, we ran the numbers. If she put in like so much work to do X amount of listings and X amount sold through, she could make really really good and she's making good money now, but like she could make like really really good money, like way better than Target. Screw those.
Way
guys.
better than the team lead.
Yeah.
And to help with procrastination, have you tried to write out like a plan for the day of what you need to get done?
Yeah, I like I said, I'm a visual learner, so like writing it out, kind of like scheduling it.
Sure. Structure.
Yeah. And not like the same thing every day, but actually visualizing it and seeing it, and it does help with procrastination because
should
if
do
you just
that.
put it,
You see how Cody has like the year planned out what he
Yeah,
wants.
yeah,
You should
yeah,
do
yeah.
that like Q2. You need to have
How
this
much
I do
done.
money?
need to do that.
Yeah.
X amount of money. Like yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Because
do
I have
that.
like small things written out, but I should do that to see every single day, like the big picture, what it's all going towards.
I love that.
Love that.
I want the Bolo group to be more safe. Like I want people to feel more safe there. That's a goal of mine. I want because like right now the people they share their best stuff. Like a lot of people are sharing their best stuff, but some people aren't, and that's okay. But like I want to make sure it's a safe place because like I made an incredible stupid amount of more money. Like I give Payability the credit because they kind of fix some of the cash flow stuff and like they're amazing. But the Bolo group, like there were leads that were shared in the group that I went ham on and other people slept on, and I did like 20,000 more in sales because because of one message in the group that went and like I want to grow that. Like I want people to feel safe to share their best stuff because bottom line it grows my bottom line. Like it's somebody shared the okay, I probably shouldn't say it because there might still be people selling it, but it was a specific toy and I was like okay, and I ran it and got some and they sold like within an hour, and at that point then it's just put it on repeat, get as many as possible, and like I want to repeat that success because like that was pivotal for my business in 2020. So is that the show? We trashed Target and then talked about our goals.
It might be.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
I
to
really exposed them.
Me. Oh, you
Yeah.
did.
Take that, Target.
Don't come for me. Don't sue me. This is all alleged.
So this is episode 7.
Tell you the truth, I don't even know.
Yeah, episode something. We're not at 10 yet. We promised ourselves we were going to do 50 episodes before we decided if we were going to blow this thing up to the moon or not. So
this is our first video, so we'll try to keep that format going. Next week, we're going to try to do a YouTube live.
yeah,
We'll shoot
we
out
got to
the-
really
yeah,
like.
we'll shoot out the
I'm
link.
super excited about our guest next week. So yeah. So I'm not sure how this will evolve, but I know that I don't want to be a podcast. I know like we know intuitively that's not the right thing. Maybe it evolves into YouTube how-to videos. Like
A YouTube channel.
Yes, like a whole.
A channel. It can be
Yeah.
your channel where you have all different things. You know.
I don't hate that. Maybe it evolve. Maybe we evolve the brand into that. Maybe we niche down and we only talk about sports cards and sneaker flips. I don't know. I'm open. But anyways, if it's on YouTube, isn't this the part where we had to tell them to like and subscribe? Like this video and subscribe for
Hit that
future.
notification bell button.
You got to point to
Yeah,
it.
hit the
Subscribe button.
It's a free way to help us out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Support. What is it?
Support small businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So okay, well that's the show, folks. Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.